So I'm out here at a Lake of the Ozarks broker's listing because I want to show you something that's interesting and something that consumers often think is easier to understand than it is. What I'm talking about, what's behind me, is what's called a modular home. And you may be familiar with the term, but you may not actually be familiar with the building. So a lot of times modulars get confused as manufactured homes, and there's a few things that normally give it away that show you when a manufactured home is not a modular home. But sometimes I'm mistaken, even an expert's mistaken, on the telltale clues. So I wanted to go through a few of those because it's not as easy as you think to identify what you've got, and you really do need to rely on the experts and the expert information that's available to you. So take a look, let me show you what I'm talking about. So if you ask an expert to give you some telltale differences between a manufactured home and a modular home, some of the telltale differences they would give you would be things like the fact that there's no attic space. No attic space is an indication of a manufactured home. Walls that are made out of this paneling, so each panel has a strip between them there, see that? And that goes throughout the entire home. It's supposed to be an indication of a manufactured home. So something confusing is going on here. Let's check the crawl space. Now again, expertise would tell you that if you can get into this crawl space and you can see metal anywhere in long frame rails, that this is not a modular, but that's not in fact true either. And again, there's a further explanation as to what's going on with that. However, one thing to point out is that you can clearly see that these frame rails are not supposed to be permanently attached. These frame rails were left because it was put into a basement crawl space access area like this, and you can actually see lumber beyond it. So I'll flip this around so you can get a look. So are you more or less confused now that I've given you a tour of those components of the home that I thought might reveal it to be a manufactured home? Yeah? For what it's worth, if you're confused, it's okay. There are many people that are confused about those situations, and the good news is we have experts. For example, in this situation, the realtor that has the listing is an expert. She's went through and gathered the information that was necessary to prove that exactly that this is a modular home, not a manufactured home. She did so very easily by gathering information from the county, and the county records. The affixation will show whether or not there were 2 VIN numbers surrendered or 1 model number surrendered, and that's a good clue as to exactly what the property is, and those county records would be available, of course, to anyone that would like to have them. So, in conclusion, let's take a walk through this beautiful home and see what you can get for under $500,000 at the Lake of the Ozarks. I believe this one may even be at $400,000 or under. A beautiful home, take a look.